Guys and girls, it's Know It time!
Nope. Alright guys, here we go. So today I'm going to show you how to solve an equation with two radicals. If that one radical was hard, wait until you try two radicals. Woo! Twice the fun. Okay. Guys and gals, it's Know It time. Your favorite time of the day. The only day you live for. Life is meaningless after this moment. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here is how it works. Now, the best way to do this, again, is you have to know the shortcut system. I mentioned you the shortcut to expansion. The best way to learn this is actually apply the shortcut system. I'm going to give you an example. 2x minus 1 all squared. I want you to expand and simplify. Okay. Expand and simplify. You have to practice the shortcut to say it's. Yep. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you a shortcut. See, a lot of people, they do this method. They go 2x minus 1 times 2x minus 1. They expand it out, but it takes too long. Jokes. Alright guys, so a lot of you probably went 2x minus 1 times 2x minus 1. You FOIL this out, but really, in life, I don't have that much time to FOIL. I'm using my shortcut technique. Shortcut. We square the first term, which is 4x squared. Okay. We square the last term. The last term is this minus 1, which is plus 1. But now, notice I left a gap in the middle. There's always a middle term. And the middle term is where students have trouble with. To get the middle term, we take the 2 times the 1. Or sorry, times the negative 1, which is negative 2, times the 2x, which is negative 4x. If you expand all this out, I guarantee you will get 4x squared minus 4x plus 1. Try this on your own. Shortcut. You got to learn the shortcut system. This is going to be negative 5x plus 4 squared. Okay, we're going to practice shortcut system because we don't have time to FOIL all day. Harsh, what's the first one going to be? 25x squared is correct. Let's do the middle term. I think we're ready to jump straight to the middle term now. Ruby, what's the middle term going to be? Negative 4tx is correct. If you're lost, look what Ruby did. She went 2 times positive 4, which is positive 8, times, and remember, this is a negative 5. That's why it's negative 40x. Finally, Loveline, what's the last term? Positive 16. Good. The reason why you need to know that is it's going to get a lot more complicated. What if I give you this nasty one? 3x plus 1 minus 2 all squared. I'm going to pause it. Just read. If I expand this out using shortcut technique, what's the first term going to be? See, the first term is you take this whole thing and you're just going to square it. Jessica, what's this whole thing squared? Good, so we'll write down 3x plus 1 right now. 3x plus 1. Okay. No tricks. Then, there's going to be a middle term. Sammy, what's the middle term going to be? Good. Negative 4 root 3x plus 1. See what I did? All I did was, I went 2 times negative 2 times the square root. That's where negative 4 came from. Finally, plus 4. And if I merge everything together, I have 3x plus 5 minus 4 root 3x plus 1. Hey guys, gals. Life is good.
So is there a multiplication sign between 5 and 4?
5 and 4? No, that's a minus. That's 5 minus whatever that is. Question, lovely. Where to get positive 4? So remember, there's 3 terms when you expand this out. So to get the positive 4, I went negative 2 squared. Here is the reason why I drill you on this stuff. Good luck. No. I want you to solve. Because my whole goal is to work with 2 radicals. 7 plus root 3x equals to 5. Some may say, Miss Snow, I can do this easily. I can do it blindfolded. There's no challenge. Plus root 5x plus 4. Actually, I'm going to make it super no question. I want to see how many of you can solve this without any hint from me whatsoever on one shot. I'm going to pause it, give you a good solid 7 minutes to figure this out. You're going to find x, yep. But I'm going to ask you, number 1. Yeah, go ahead and find x.
No restrictions.
1. I want restrictions first. Always restrictions. Thanks, Jason. 2. Solve. I'm going to pause. I walked around and 2 people got the solution. I'm going to go over how this is done. But the key has to do something with the shortcut I told you about. Now first, let's start with my restrictions. A lot of you say, I have 2 radicals. I'm going to focus on the first one right now. And I'm going to solve. 3x is greater than or equal to 0. So my first restriction is x is greater than or equal to 0. Very plain, very simple. The second restriction, 5x plus 4 is greater than or equal to 0. 5x is greater than or equal to negative 4. X is greater than or equal to negative 4 over 5. Now, I didn't deduct marks from anyone if they give me 2. But if I look at these 2 restrictions right off the bat, one says x is greater than or equal to 0. One says x is greater than or equal to negative 4 over 5. I can merge these 2 restrictions together into one restriction only, which is the one I'm going to use. This is a bit of logic. You got to think about this one. Let's look at a number line system. Okay, when I look at a number line system, I have my first one, x is greater than or equal to 0. So let's look at here. So it means everything to the right. Negative 4 over 5 is going to be somewhere around here. Okay. Which is the main equation that satisfies everything. The main equation that satisfies everything is this number right here. Because would you agree that if... Sorry, no, not that. What am I talking about? The main equation that satisfies everything is 0, 1. Right here. Because if x is greater than or equal to 0, it's also greater than or equal to negative 4 over 5. By common sense. So therefore, my main equation is, my main restriction is this one. X is greater than or equal to 0. Because if a number is greater than or equal to 0, it's also greater than or equal to negative 4 over 5. But if it, this is the reason why. Now, the main part. How do you solve this question? I'm going to show you how to solve it right now. Copy this down if you're kind of lost. 7 plus root 3x equals to... Ruby, can you close the door for 1 second, please? Thank you. 5x plus 4 plus 5. When you have 2 radicals like this, okay, which they are very balanced out, see? Radical, radical. There's many ways of approaching this question. Some of you say, Mr. No, can I just move this 7 to the right-hand side? You could, if you want to. So let's just move it to the right-hand side. Because I want one radical only on the left side. Like I said, many ways of doing this. So you have root 3x equals to root 5x plus 4 minus 2. Okay. Now, same thing. I want to get rid of this radicals on the left side. So I'm going to square it. But look what I'm going to do on the right side. Look at how I'm going to square. I'm going to square this whole entire massive thing. Guys, gals, I want you to square both sides right now for me, please. Using the shortcut technique I taught you, because you're going to save a lot of time. Harmeet, what do you have on the left side, Harmeet? Yep. If I square this, what do you have on this side? 3x is correct. Manraj, I don't think I asked you today yet. Manraj, if I square the right side, what's the first thing? It's going to be 5x plus 4. Because remember, we're going to square this term. Then I'm going to have a middle term. Same concept. Lavraj, what's in the middle going to be? Are you hitting minus something? Minus 4 root 5x plus 4. Because to get the middle term, remember, I take this 2 times this negative 2 times the square root. But I get one more. Jessica, what's the last piece? Plus 4. Hey guys and gals, I got up to here. Again, look, every time I square, you get rid of one radical. But the problem is I have another radical here. So let's move everything to the, let's move the radical to this side again. And all the x's to one side. So I'm going to get many ways of looking at this again. I'm going to have 4 root 5x plus 4. Okay. I move this guy to this side because I just want to make my radical on the left side. I'm going to move the 3x to the right side because the whole goal is to get just one radical on one side. That gives me 2x plus 8. I got up to here. Now, the question becomes, what do you do next? Ruby, what do you do next? You could divide by 4 if you want to. So Ruby says, hey, Miss Snow, let's divide this by 4. But if I divide this by 4, it gives me a fraction. So I want to avoid all the fraction stuff right now. So why don't we just square both sides again? Squared. And we're going to square this again. Squared. Because I want it, so the whole point, because I can't divide by 4, because if I do, I have a fraction. And it's going to be too messy. So why don't we square both sides right now? If you square the left side, you get 16. It's not in the 4 anymore. Times, I'll give you a hint. Fill in the bracket for me, please. Equals to 4x squared. And I'm missing a few things. Guys, gals, I'm going to pause it right here. Fill. See, if I square, I get 16. In here, just 5x plus 4. That's it. I'm going to use the shortcut technique. Padwin, what's after 4x squared? Plus 32x. Keep going. Plus 64. So guys, gals, expand and move everything to one side. You equate it to 0 right now. 16 times 5, that's 80x. Plus 64 equals to 4x squared plus 32x plus 64. Okay. Hey, things are canceling out. Things are starting to look really, really nice now. So we'll move everything to one side, equate it to 0. That's what my goal is all the time. 4x squared. I'm going to move the 80x over and the 64 over. That gives me plus 32x plus 64 minus 80x minus 64 equals to 0. Simplify. 32 minus 80. Okay. If you did this correct, I hope you have 4x squared. Serena, 32 minus 80 is? minus 48x equals to 0. Some of you got up to here. Solve. I'm going to pause it. Let you. I'm going to see that I'm going to factor 4x right off the bat. X minus 12. X equals to 0 and 12. Double check your answers, please. You have to double check. There is no way of avoiding this. So take a minute, double check. Answers. Okay. To double check your answers, sub in x equals to 0 into here, and x equals to 12. If you double check your answers, you will see that both of them will work. Hi. Where do you get the 0? Ah, you get up to here, right? I set each bracket equal to 0, x minus 12 equals to 0. Then I go 4x equals to 0. Both answers will work if you double check. Answers work. Both answers work. I'm going to save you time. But you go ahead, I want you to verify right now. So to check 0, because some of you say, no, 0 doesn't work. Watch, we're going to go 7 plus 3 times 0 equals to 5 times 0 plus 4 plus 5. Agree? 3 times 0, would you agree that's just 0? So it'd be 7 on the left side. Okay. And that would give you 2 plus 5. Hey, life is good. Voila. We're going to work on one more question as a class, and then you're done. Guys, gals, try this on your own. Same concept. So I'm going to write a few things down. Star. If you have two radicals, then there is a good chance you need to square twice. Square twice. That's what it means. Here is your question. Good luck. Root x plus 19 plus root x minus 2 equals to 7. First of all, I want restrictions. And finally, I want you to solve. I'm going to pause it and let you try on your own first before I show you how this is done. But I give you a hint. Before you can square both sides, you got to move one thing. That's your hint. Guys, gals. I'm going to work with my restrictions. X plus 19 greater than or equal to 0. X is greater than or equal to negative 19. X minus 2 is greater than or equal to 0. X is greater than or equal to 2. Okay. Now, I have two equations. Amar, which one is the dominant restriction? X is greater than or equal to negative 19. That's not the dominant one. Because here's the reason why. Choose a number greater than negative 19. Is negative 18 greater than 2? Oh, no. So you got it's the main one. If a number is greater than 2, it's also greater than negative. So this is your dominant one. That's the key. So circle that as your restriction. I'm going to pause it. And guys, gals. So I'm going to move things over when I solve. So you should get x plus 19 equals to 7 minus x minus 2. Here's where I know some of you made errors when you squared both sides. I'm going to show you the first step, then I'm going to pause it and let you try on your own again. I squared this. I squared this. The left side is always the easy side because people say, hey, that's easy. X plus 19. The right side is where people have trouble with. We're going to use my shortcut technique now. Everyone got 49 correct. The middle term is what's killing people. Yuvraj, what's in the middle going to be? Good. So Yuvraj says, hey, mister, I take 2 times this negative 1 times 7, which is negative 14, minus 14 root x minus 2. We're not done yet. Some of you says we're done. But I got it now. Take the last term, and I'm going to square it. Okay? So which becomes plus x minus 2. See, notice I'm using a plus sign right here, not a minus sign. Guys, gals, I'm going to pause it again right here and let you try. So I'm going to move the 14 root over, get all the stuff to one side, and I like to work with the square root on the left side. So I have 14 root x minus 2 equals to 49 plus x minus 2 minus x minus 19. Hey, look at this one. My x's cancel out very nicely. So you have 14 root x minus 2 equals to 49 minus 2 minus 19, whatever that is. 28. Okay, now I have to ask myself, can I divide by 14? If the answer is yes, divide. If not, you're going to leave it the way it is. See, I can divide very nicely because 14 goes into 28. Whoop. X minus 2 equals to 2. Hey, once you get up to here, life is good because you can just look at it and solve it. So a question that's very complicated, in reality, is pretty simple. X equals to 6. Don't forget to sub in your answer and check it. So just sub it in, 6. Okay, I'm going to just sub it in. I want to verify the 6 works. So it goes 6 plus 19 root plus 6 minus 2. Okay, that gives me 5 plus 2. Hey, 6 works. Guys, gals, high five your friend, do the happy dance. You're done. Okay. Is that hard? No, not really. Guys, gals, your work. Page. If you're lost, hang around after school and say, Mr. Snow, I need help on this. Thursday, we're going to do review. Friday, first half review. Last half is your exam. Page 301. Numero 9 and 10. That's it. So you're going to do 9 and 10. There will be a quiz tomorrow. Maybe only 2 questions only. Because 1 question takes you about 10 minutes to solve. Guys, gals, that ends our